Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wise Guys for this week. You're with the Sewing Basket, and many of you know we started our Log Cabin series this week, and that's always a challenge. Last year we did the 2020 quilt. This year we're doing a Log Cabin technique series. What some people are struggling with is those are two different things. The 2020 quilt ended up with 20 blocks planned to go into a quilt. This one started as a Log Cabin Techniques series, making quilt blocks. One of the reasons for that is the Log Cabin has so many variations. It's really a fun one to do what you want to do. Well, we thought that was a good idea. The first set of introduction information went out last week. The first posting of the techniques classes started yesterday morning. Since last week, we've had many people coming in. What ruler do I need? How much fabric do I need? What do I do? What do I do? Okay, so we put Cheryl back to work. After having done the entire series, we decided we really need to have some type of structure for you. You can't just walk into a quilt shop with a picture of a log cabin and say, how much fabric do I need? We don't know. We have a standing joke here. We kind of use the magic 8-ball like when we were kids as a joke. We broke the magic 8-ball asking it questions about the log cabin. It doesn't work anymore.
I'm getting a new one.
So we've been laughing about that. But all seriousness, somebody at the cutting table cannot just, you can't walk in and say, I want a queen size quilt, how much fabric do I need? There are just too many variables. So what Cheryl started to do over the weekend is create a new pattern that will give some flexibility and will take care of some of the issues that we've had. So she's going to tell you a little bit about that.
So I ended up working with that 8-inch block that I was working with the series with. Again, there is lots of different sizes, lots of different ways to make it. I can't write an individual pattern for each person who wants some variable for their block. But what I did was I wrote up a basic pattern that gives you 3 different sizes. And then I added a second option to it, of course, because we always do that. So the first, what I was coming up with was just that standard 8.5-inch block with a 2.5-inch center, 1-inch logs, giving you kind of that classic variegated light to dark on either side. And that would be creating blocks similar to this, right? So all my blocks would look the same. They would have the same fabric. They would all have the light and then the medium and then the dark, 2 different colorways. So I figured out the fabric requirements for kind of a small, I can tell you the sizes here quick. There's a small that would finish to 45 by 56, the lap that would be 56 by 64, or a bed-size quilt 72 by 80. So that the amount of each fabric that you would need to make those sizes. Obviously you can add more borders to it if you want it to be bigger. But you know, sometimes girls, you need to get your calculators out at home and do a little bit of math yourself before you come into the shop. Okay, we just don't have the time for 20 different people to walk up to the cutting table and want us to do the math for them. You know, sorry, we try, but we just can't make custom patterns for everybody.
And she also did a whole lot of math here for you.
Yeah.
So you've got some good sizes and you can always add borders.
Right, or you can, you know, double or triple the amount of fabric that the pattern tells you if you know you want to make it bigger, okay? Then, of course, I had to do another option because that's what we do. And, you know, we've been talking about the last couple weeks that I like to figure out things to do with our fat quarter bundles. One of the other things with the log cabin is, you know, that those scrappy log cabins are always popular. So I took 2 fat quarter bundles, did the math to figure out how many strips I could get from a bundle and how many blocks I could get from the bundles. And I came up, so this will also be included, kind of the scrappy version. A little bit different cutting because you're working with smaller strips. And so this one would finish, if you just put your blocks together without sashing, would finish to 40 by 48, so it's a little bit smaller. So you would end up with these kind of scrappy looking blocks. Well, buy 2 of these, Okay, so we're trying to make it a little bit easier for you to, kind of figure out what you need. Again, this is meant to be a technique series. I'm going to be going into other blocks that are variables of the log cabin. I am not going to be writing a pattern like this for the courthouse steps and then another one for the quarter cabin. I mean, we just can't do that for each separate one. It's just techniques to help you help yourself. Okay? When I'm done with this, the pattern's not quite done yet. I'm still working on it, still making some samples. So that will be up within the Log Cabin series. It'll be free to you. We'll post it maybe before next Monday, not sure, depends when I get it done. This morning, when we're done filming this, I'm going to be doing a little video on the construction that I'm using for these blocks. That will be posted next Monday with the next Log Cabin series videos. So you might be able to find the pattern before Monday. At the latest, the pattern and the video will both be up for both of them.
Sounds good. The other thing, when Cheryl mentioned some other variations, courthouse steps and things like that, we've done a couple things also here in the shop. We've picked up a number of books and single patterns for log cabins. And so we have a lot of variety here in the shop that you can pick from if you don't want to create something on your own, or you want to specific as do the patterns. So we'll have a large variety of those. Some of those will be coming in hopefully today or tomorrow. Some are already on the site. I created a new page in the shopping basket.biz when you category log cabin. And I've taken a lot of the fat quarter bundles that we've made specifically for log cabins. Lights and darks work great together. Classic black and white log cabin. We've put a lot of fat quarter bundles in there, plus all of the rulers, the iron, all the different tools, the roll and press, things that Cheryl uses during the video that you'll see her use. You don't have to go search for them on the website. They're all in a category called Log Cabin on the shopping page. So those will be there. Some of the books are there. We'll add some of those extra patterns as well. But as Cheryl said, her information, which is always wonderful, will be up by Monday. Those of you who are watching right now and haven't been to the Log Cabin series or don't know how to sign up, last time we did it within Facebook, and that was nice, but a little bit too limiting. We have a lot of customers that don't use Facebook. So what we've done is we've put it on our website. We have what we call Studio Y, which is home of the wise guys, Studio Y Learning Center. So if you're on sewingbasket.biz, that's how you get there. But to sign up, all you have to do is go to the shopping area, and in that log cabin section, the very first thing is sign up for the series. The series is free, but you do have to register for it. So you're going to actually buy it like it's a product. Put it in your shopping cart. If that's the only thing you purchase, that's fine. You're purchasing something for $0. But we need your email address in order for you to access our learning center. So go to sewingbasket.biz, shopping page, pick the log cabin class or log cabin section and the class, and you will get within a few hours to next morning at the latest, you'll get an email that tells you how to log into Studio Y that gives you access to all of the Studio Y videos. And they are coming out once a week. The first ones came out yesterday. Second session will come out next week, and then it'll be each Monday for the next number of weeks. So they'll all be coming direct to you within Studio Y. You will get an email reminder that they're there for you. The other thing with Studio Y, there are other classes in there. If, again, you're at our shopping page, there's another category that's called Classes and Online Learning. There are other classes in there. We just finished our Purse series, and that is up as recorded video class. All kinds of great stuff with Intro to Applique, a Mix 6 tote, and then there's probably 7 or 8 other freebies in there. Last year's 2020 quilt is in there, as well as a number of other tips and freebies sections. So you can see those and sign up for those also from the shopping area in sewingbasket.biz. So I think that's enough techie stuff.
I think so. I have a pattern to finish and a video to be made this morning, so I think we're going to wrap it up there, and we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us today.
Have fun,
Bye.
everybody. Thanks.